All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the HourGlass Podcast. You're joining Tim and Kareen, and today we're just going to have a bit of a fun chat, catch up slash wrap up of the most recent Bikini Pro shows. Kareen and I follow it quite closely, so we just wanted to catch up, talk about bikini, which is what we do best, and we're both feeling kind of chatty, so this may draw out. Apologies in advance. But perfect cardio listening, I'd say. For anyone following along, we're actually just going to look at the Bikini Pro news page and just go through a bit of the content on here. Give our thoughts on the last couple of pro shows, the placings, what we think about that, and just talk all things bikini. And we want to start. Actually, I was talking about this before, Kareen. There's no Australians in the in the Olympia this year yet. No one.
Yet. Key word, yet.
Which is crazy, we have some good athletes in Australia, and I guess it's sort of like a consistent issue, but I think that's definitely something that as a coach I'd like to see improve or change or something like that. So the pressure's on now, Kareen, because we've got to get there.
How many, there's a big number, it's like over 50 bikini pros have qualified now?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's something crazy already.
Wow. And when we're like not even halfway through the year, that's crazy.
And then, so, obviously this is across all divisions, categories, whatever. But 65 in the USA, I mean, yeah, clearly doing something right over there.
I wonder if there's going to be some problems getting into the US.
Yeah, for some people, there would be. Yeah. Definitely.
Have you heard all like the news and stuff? They're really ramping up on like their border control.
No, I haven't heard much about it.
Oh my God, Tim, people are getting like full deported. US citizens are getting deported.
Well, one of my athletes, Abs, he's a men's physique athlete. He was doing the Arnold amateur in Feb, and he got detained at the airport for 24 hours in the airport and got sent home. So he got sent back to Japan because he was traveling from Japan. We did a show in Japan first, and then we were going to Arnold Amateur, and he got held in captivity basically at the airport for 24 hours, and then they sent him back without his bags. They just sent him home.
Wow, Tim, there are so many cases like that. I've been really keeping up with it over this past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
A lot of like random people, for no good reason, they'll just detain them, send them back to wherever they came from. They said they're like searching their social media, they're like going through their devices and stuff like that. It's very intense. So I wonder how the Olympia is going to go just with the upgraded security.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think also, like looking at this list here, I didn't realize so many of these athletes are actually from Canada instead of USA. Like Jazzy. Laura Lee, I didn't even know she was Canadian. I didn't know.
She's from, where's the French part? Montreal?
Yeah, I guess so.
The French part of Canada? Yeah, that's where she's from. I believe. Pretty sure.
I mean, is that how you say it? Adair? That definitely sounds French. Oh no, Jazzy's not. Sorry, I thought Canada was next to Jazzy. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, Laura Lee shocked me. I didn't realize she was from Canada.
Yeah, she's got like the French accent.
True, okay. When I hear Chip Hardos, I think Mexican.
I think that might be actually, no, I don't want to speak on it, but I was going to say that might be like her background.
Oh, okay.
But I know she's from Canada for sure.
We need to get her on the podcast. If you're listening, Laurie, you can come on and tell us all about your heritage. But looking at this list of who's qualified on level, and like thinking about the shows that we've already seen already, where do you put your money at the moment?
It depends who's going to jump into it, like, because we think about like who's like qualified lifetime, who's won the Olympia, Miss Olympias. It depends if Jen, Dory, Maureen, Laura Lee, they could all do it or they could all not. Issa, to me, she looks like she's just living her best life. I love keeping up with Instagram. She's just like doing her own thing.
How about out of people who have won shows now? Not prior qualifiers or winners, just people who have qualified this year or won. Obviously, they have to win a pro show. So people who have won a pro show already.
I reckon Aimee Delgado for sure.
Yeah, I'd say the same.
Aimee, Ashlyn,
Yep. Yeah, so we'll talk
Vanya.
about Ashlyn. We'll talk about both of them today.
From what I've seen,
Yeah.
Aimee, Ashlyn, Vanya. Um, who else? That's what I've got for the moment, I reckon.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think Vanny is very, very strong. Um, I think the thing with Amy is that she's a little inconsistent with where she ends up on stage, and it depends on the lighting and everything. So that's why I'm sort of like I want to see her do a few more shows and like nail it every time. But that being said, I mean she's it's not like she doesn't nail it. You know what I mean? It's just in comparison to like others who have turned up at the Olympia in that position. It's like she hasn't quite nailed it. I'd love to see her nail it at the Olympia. You know, she improved so much in this last show. Crazy.
She her
Let's go through that
I
now.
think as she's been competing this year, she's gotten a lot more consistent than what she has been. I've seen she's really
Yeah,
like tuned into her posing. I know she's working with Phoebe actually, Phoebe Hagen with her
for
posing.
opposing. Yeah,
Um, yeah, and they've done really, really well together.
yeah. I'm just trying to
It
find
just like this is the thing with these high, like
the.
intense, high stake competitions.
Mm,
It really just depends if everyone's 100% or not.
that's
That's it.
right. That's I mean you can nail it for like three pro shows and then the fourth one being the Olympia you don't quite nail it and that's the one that you want to win, right? So it's kind of like yeah, it's interesting to see how everyone plans their year and what shows they choose and everything. But you can see this one here of Amy. It looks like she's slightly opened up her front pose a little bit in comparison to normal. I reckon it suits her a lot. It takes away a little bit of that glute size, just that crazy size that she has in the glutes from the front, and just makes it look so much more balanced. And then also you're not seeing as much of the whether they've stopped doing the delts as much or is it just the pose, but it's looking less like capped, less round. It's looking just
She's
more
really
feminine.
starting to, yeah, she's really starting to streamline her
Mm,
physique. Like everything flows really nicely into one
yeah.
another. Whereas, like, probably a couple of years ago, it was very shoulders and glute and
Yeah.
quad, and everything was
Mm,
kind of like just, it's like a,
yeah.
she looked like a clay figurine, and you just like put on these random chunks of clay. But
Yeah.
now she's looking very streamlined now. I really like her current physique.
Who's
We're
this
looking at the
here?
New York Pro as well for anyone listening.
Anyone?
We're
Yeah.
looking at these.
So we had Amy in first, Ivana in second, Maria in third. Let's go back to the front pose. Um, Maria looked really improved as well in this show
Maria's
compared to now.
very impressive. I really like Maria's shape. She's super bubbly.
Mm,
Um, but she's just very like dense.
mm. Yeah, her and Evie are a good matchup. That was pretty cool to see side by
Yes.
side. They're similar structures, but yeah, obviously Evie's midsection is so impressive. It looks like she's had like that. Um, I don't want to upset her or anything like this, but it looks like she's had this lipo. Like it's so lean and small that it just looks impossible to achieve. It looks like
She looks like a figurine. Like she looks like
yeah,
a doll.
it's I've never seen a midsection like that. It's just so perfect.
Yeah.
There's not a single skin roll or like there's not too much muscle. There's a nice amount, and there's no rib cage. You don't even see a belly button. Like it's just crazy.
She's got such a crazy torso, that girl. And like
Mm.
being a short girl as well, it's hard to like keep everything that like compact, you know.
Yeah,
But I really thing with Evie, I really love her look. Like she's so impressive. I just think
yeah.
for bikini, like, and I know the more sharp condition look really suits her. I don't think she
Mm.
could come in soft and look as
No.
good, but it's just different to these other girls.
Yeah, and I mean you can see it here. I was surprised at this placing, to be honest. I thought Maria had her in the front pose, especially, and then when they turned to the back, in the back pose especially, because you can see here, like she looks more balanced top to bottom. Maybe it obviously looked different it obviously did look different in person, but you can see that she's just a little bit more balanced top to bottom. Evie's still very balanced, but just looks a little bit more glute. My eyes go straight to the glutes here. And I also thought that the tie-in was a little bit too sharp, a little bit too many hamstring lines, but it must have just been too overwhelming of a front pose, especially with that rib cage, because Maria's rib cage is a little bit more flared. So Evie's front pose I think is just too dominant there. What do you reckon about that?
Yeah, 100%. I'd say like Evie, like hands down, if you put those front poses next to each other, it's like clear winner Evie. I think the rear pose is pretty up for debate. I mean, they've got both got like a lot of detail through the hamstrings, coming into the glutes as well. Whereas like you see kind of like Aimee, she's really spot on with the conditioning, everything.
Yeah.
Kind of flow, like there's no etching, everything flows really nicely. So I think honestly it was probably just a game of the front pose there. I think probably Evie was a little bit weaker in that rear pose.
Yeah, this might be also just a picture of her before she opens up a little bit. You know, you never know. It's unlikely that she's not hitting that correctly, because you can tell she has the mass there to open up. Like it's not like she's opening her shoulders here. So it could be the case. I'd have to watch the footage, but just so dominant in that front pose. This pose right here is what gets her top a podium in pretty much any pro show.
She literally looks like she should be on the front, like, of a GTA loading screen or something. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. To be honest with you, the thing that surprises me with this is that she is so dense in the rear here with the glutes, and then when she stands front on, there's not as much. You know, if you compare her to Aimee here, almost a little too much quad in comparison. Like if she had bigger glutes here, I'd see her taking that over Aimee in comparison. There's just so much more balance here. But yeah, Aimee's just better put together in that front pose. So yeah, I'd love to see, I don't know, like maybe it's a training thing, but I'd love to see what they're doing for glutes, maybe to build this profile projection on the front pose, like Maria is here. If Maria had Evie's midsection, game over.
Well, that's the thing, like, you know, that's how bikini kind of goes. You got to look for the person with the least weaknesses and not the person who's most impressive.
That's right.
Like, all these girls could win a shot, you know, on any given day, but it's like who can kind of have the least weaknesses from shot to shot.
What would you do? Would you tell Maria to flare, or would you tell her to try and tuck in this rib cage? Or do you reckon it's just this pose? Like the way
it could just be the photo. Like, this is the thing, I can't really make pinpoint. Like, based on this photo alone, she does have a little bit of rib flare. I'd work on her midsection control, and also opening up a slightly more with her shoulder.
Yeah. Like roll the arm out a little bit.
That's the thing. It looks like she's kind of like it's either like tightness or like it's just a bad shot from like a photo standpoint. But with her like kind of hunched forward, it's giving her a lot more power to like her tricep and kind of shrinking her upper body as well.
Yeah, you can see that just edge there. It does look just more muscular than Evie. Evie just looks so like you kind of don't really care where you look. You're just looking around, and it just doesn't. Your eyes don't really settle anywhere. Whereas Maria, your eyes kind of settle on the tricep a little bit, on the midsection a little bit, which you don't want in bikini. You don't want to stop anywhere.
Yeah, so overall, I think this is like very well placed. I don't have any problem with this judging.
What about third, fourth, fifth, and sixth?
These girls. I wasn't keeping up to date with who else was in the competition, so I'm sure these girls were placed exactly how they should be placed. Yeah. Fourth to me looks very dense. Like, very dense, especially through those legs. It's like straight away my eyes just get like boom towards the legs. I think fifth has amazing structure, a little more density and shape to her, and she'll blow girls out the water.
It's a very Asian genetic thing to have big quads. Like a lot of these Asian girls have just crazy dominant legs, like quads, in comparison to glutes. I don't know why, it's a genetic thing, right? I see it all the time.
And tiny little waists, man.
Yeah, Tiny
I don't
waist.
know how they're doing things over in Asia, but I'd like some of that, please.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Such a crazy build. Like they all look like when they're walking, I'm like, how does physics even allow for that? Like their waist is so snatched.
I reckon fifth place here. Who is it? It was hang on, let me go sideways. It was Huyen was fourth, Jibin was fifth, and Ilulia. I can't even say these names, sorry.
Sorry, guys, we're
Yeah.
definitely butchering these.
Needs to be a little bit darker for this.
Yeah,
I feel like
100%.
if she was a little bit darker, that it would pick up a little bit more of the shape in her physique.
100%.
But yeah, I mean that top three, gnarly,
Yeah.
gnarly,
Yeah.
like gnarly, crazy. Especially when these two are being compared, it's pretty wild.
And they're both like built so different as well. I love to see it. I love to see like everyone just kind of fit their own little version of bikini.
Yep. So that sends Aimee to the Olympia. Let's see if there's a posing routine of hers. There should be one here somewhere. I think there was one up here, or maybe it's on her page.
Yeah,
Let's see if we can go to her page and have a look.
I really like it. What they've done, she's really simplified her posing, but it's very flawless, like flawlessly executed. I think
Yeah.
previously from Aimee, she's known for her like intricate moves, right? Like a lot of intricate moves, but she didn't consistently nail them every single time. So what
Oh,
she's
that's
got
the
now,
Pittsburgh.
she's got a little mix of both where it's still quite like detailed in her movements. It's still
Yeah.
got that Aimee flair and flow, but she just nails it consistently now.
Man, if I was a woman, I would want to look like this.
Right? Same, Tim.
It's
Same.
never. It's just like, it's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Look at that. That's nuts. I still think her walk to the rear could
Yeah,
be
I was gonna say,
improved.
yeah, her real walks, not my favorite, but everything else gnarly.
She
I
like
really love the,
trots.
I really love the New York Pro lighting. It just looks so like it doesn't look real. Like these athletes don't look real.
And I like
I
how
mean,
simple the background is.
yeah, it's iconic, hey.
Mm.
Look at that rear pose, man, crazy.
But like even that like transition that you just saw there, like it's much more
Mm.
simple than what she was doing before,
Yeah,
But it's still
yeah,
got like her style to it. Like I love it. I love everything she's done with her posing. I'm a really big fan.
yeah, yeah, awesome. And the bikini too, the pink with the black
I
hair.
love that power pose on her with that
Yeah,
two hands on hips. Oh, I'm a big fan of Aimee.
yeah.
I like, honestly, this year, she's really impressed me.
Just keeps improving. Her waist looks smaller as well from the Olympia. Like it looks like it's
Mm.
tightened up a bit. Maybe she's improved her mobility. So yeah, it's going to be dangerous. She did Pittsburgh as well, so we'll talk about that now. Um, where is it? I'll go back here. Uh, where is Pittsburgh? Um,
Down a lot further.
oh no, she didn't do Pittsburgh, did she? That was last year. Sorry,
Pittsburgh was before New York.
was it?
Yeah,
Ah, my bad.
we can skip Pittsburgh if you want.
Where was it? Here. No, she did do Pittsburgh. What am I talking about?
Yeah, she won it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, my bad. Okay, so different athletes in the mix here. Did Evie didn't do it? No. Um, oh no, she did. Evie did as well. Yeah. So that was big. That was a big step up from Evie. Um, fourth to second against
Hmm.
Aimee. Look how much Aimee improved for the New York Pro. Like, look at the difference
Mm.
here. Even the posing was different.
Hmm.
Like that's crazy. That I mean, obviously the lighting shift as well, difference in lighting, but and it just highlights how different athletes can look on stage. Obviously with change in lighting, but then the peak protocol or the posing, it just shows how much can change in bikini. I mean, look at Evie. If we talk about Evie's shape from, if we compare this to the New York shape, um,
It's
just
different again.
yeah, just even in her midsection, she looks a little bit too lean here now.
Well, this
So
is the
she,
thing. Like I always say, the more shows that you do, the sharper that you get. Like every
mm,
single season, when you start a season, you finish it so much better than your first. I mean, like it's kind of common sense, but like it's
mm,
just interesting to see it even play out in the big pro leagues where these girls are like, you look at them at any given day and you're like, oh, they're 100%. But to still see them improve from show to show, it's really cool.
mm. So we'll talk about Ashlyn in comparison to Aimee here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we'll come back to Maureen, but what do you see here? Like Ashlyn improve?
Ashlyn's rear pose is freaking gnarly. I love
Yeah,
Ashlyn's rear pose. Like truly, so beautiful. So it like continuously surprises me every time she turns to the rear. I'm like, whoa, glutes in your
yeah,
face. Holy moly. I think it's just front pose that lets her down. She just looks especially
mm,
next to like you see her next to these other girls in that front pose. She just looks a little
mm,
bit imbalanced. There's too many things that stick out in her front pose there.
yeah,
It's almost too wacky, right? Like she's got this
mm,
crazy little waist and these big shoulders and like arms and then the big glute as well. She
yeah,
needs like a little bit more leg uh and I think she's almost like rotating too far. I don't know if this is maybe just an off photo, but
yeah,
she's kind of highlighting too much.
yeah. I don't like that you can't see the back shoulder on all three of these girls. It's I think that puts me off a lot. Like here with Evie, you can see that shoulder here. It makes it sort of like starts the pose off, and then you kind of look down. Whereas with this, it's like the hair's covering both. So Ashlyn is probably the most affected by that here. She just needs to flick the hair back and open up more so that we can see her shape. You know, because she just like you
Mm,
said, she just looks too closed off, X-framey, rather than hourglass. You know, like you can draw an X on her.
mm.
Um, and then in the rear pose, what do you reckon about like same sort of thing? It's like she needs maybe a little bit more upper body, or just pose differently in comparison to it. Like it looks like a glute pose, you know, rather
No,
than a
well, look,
rear
the
pose.
only thing I'd probably change with her rear pose is her upper body.
Yeah,
But like otherwise, like I said before, I really like Ashlyn's rear pose. I do really like it.
yeah,
I think
agreed.
I don't know, like
Yeah,
maybe I just really like big glutes. Maybe I'm a
I
bit
think
biased.
it's the glute shape is like when you imagine a bikini pro, this is what you think about. You know,
It's so 3D,
yeah,
man. It's
yeah.
like popping out.
It's perfect condition, fullness, round shape. You know, Amy's got great rear pose, but it's kind of not traditional. It's not a traditional rear pose.
It's
Whereas
not.
this Ashlyn's rear pose is like a traditional. You know, it's like that look that started to occur in like 2018, 2019 started to be like exactly like this.
Mm.
But you can see in comparison to Amy's delts, it's like her delts are like twice the size. It gives her that illusion of hourglass more with that shape, you know. And that's the
Mm.
thing I think when you stand next to Aimee, you're just exposed, you know.
Well, I
Like you
think
just
like I was saying in that last show, it's literally just a game of who has the least weaknesses. And I
mm,
think again here, Aimee just takes that. Like you
mm,
can't find a lot of weaknesses from pose to pose.
yep, 100%. Um, Maureen, what did you think of Maureen?
Oh,
This is her first
oh.
show back after the Olympia win, right?
I look, Tim, I have a really soft spot for Maureen. Like I think since I started bikini, like since I started bodybuilding in general, Maureen has like she was and still is my number one bikini girl. I really
Yeah,
love Maureen. I was a little bit like sad.
yeah,
Just I think, and I called it like I mean we've talked about this previously. Like I kind of
mm,
called it from that peak week shot that she put up, and I was
yeah,
like, look, I don't know if she's just like kind of putting an old picture up just to throw some people off. Because I don't think she hit conditioning, especially in that rear pose. Like
mm.
we know Maureen for her rear pose, like she's got a gnarly rear pose when it's done right, and I just don't think it was done right this show.
Yeah, it just looks flat. Hey, I mean, I was surprised with the third place. To be honest, no offense. I agree. I'm a huge Maureen fan. When she won, I was like, that's the coolest physique ever. You know, that's what
Mm.
bikini should be. Um, you know, I'm right up there with the best fans there. But yeah, I was kind of disappointed. I agree with that. I wonder what the situation is. Like, there's obviously a significant reason why. It looks like she's just not been training as the same way or something like that. Or,
That's
you
what I
know,
was gonna say. She kind of looks a little bit under-muscled next to these girls.
yeah. Like it's almost like let's be honest, she was pretty heavily like muscled and maxed out when she competed at the Olympia at that time. So maybe it's a matter of like feeling like you're not training, or like, you know, not training to now outgrow the division, and then not being able to sustain the same fullness without the training being there, you know. So I wonder if that's the case, or whether it's just something happened in the prep, or, you know what I mean? Like it'd be interesting to hear from her what happened there. You know, it's not like she doesn't have a physique. It's just like it's not full. So
I'm really surprised why she didn't have her hair down her back as well in this rear shot. It like it's like painful to see.
yeah,
Like just put your hair over your shoulder like that. It's just exposing like it doesn't look right.
yeah,
Her rear pose just didn't look right to me, and I'm like, I'm so broken.
yeah. It's a disappointing. I can imagine she's pretty gutted.
There was
It's
like
just,
this
yeah,
Maureen shaped void in my soul, and I was so keen for her to
yeah.
come back because I hadn't seen her for so long, and like it didn't get filled.
I was surprised with the placing. I mean, third's decent, you know, against these two. Like these two are on. I mean, even Evie's on here. I'm sort of wondering what happened there. If we look at Evie versus Maureen, what do you think Maureen has over her in the front pose here?
I think it's the bubbliness and not overly sharp.
The fullness, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like when
It
we
looks
look
like
at
Evie's a
Evie,
bit sharp in the midsection.
she's just super sharp all around. Like even in her rear pose, like we see that kind of
Yeah,
etching. And even though like Maureen could have been a lot more conditioned, I still think, you know, in terms of bikini, I think
yeah.
Maureen's still quote unquote bikini.
I also think this is a terrible photo of her. I don't think she looked like that really in the front pose. I think this is a really bad photo of her there. She has more glutes in that, but yeah, I agree. Like just shows Evie's just so sharp, and you could tell that she filled out for the New York Pro, which got her the second place. So, and then we got Maria again. Looked like Maria got harder from this show, and Evie got leaner. Sorry, fuller. Sorry. Yeah. And Maria's doing her midsection a little bit better here. I reckon the feedback from this would have been bring your waist in tighter. So she got tighter in condition, and then tried to like vacuum her midsection. You kind of see that from like here. It's like not as tight as the other show, but then she's flared her ribcage a little bit to get it tighter. So it's interesting. It's interesting how people interpret feedback. I would have just brought her in tighter, not tried to change this pose, change the midsection.
Now number 6, what
Yeah.
was her name?
Where is it?
Is it Ali? Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Ali.
Ali. I've recently followed Ali, so I've been keeping up with her, and she's really dangerous. I haven't seen her before, but she's been sneaking
Yeah,
up. We'll see her in a later show as well when we talk about it. But
yeah.
she's been climbing up the ranks. She's like a little quiet dark horse. I'm really rooting for her because she has an awesome physique.
That rear pose is like we we're talking about. It's like the traditional bikini glutes. It's good, very appealing, that shape there.
Yes,
Nice
yes, I
wide
really.
balanced hourglass.
And her posing as well. Her posing really sticks out to me. I really like. It's very flawless. She's got her own little style to it. It's elegant. Yeah, yeah. I really like her. I think we'll keep a keen eye out on her as she like goes through her season as well
Yeah,
because she's been doing really well.
she's like a mini Laura Lee in that front pose. Like
Yeah, that's
same
right.
structure.
Just shorter. I
And
think she's
yeah,
short, I believe.
yeah, almost similar in the back pose as well. Looking, everyone nailed this package though. These three, sorry, these three girls, they nailed their look. Like the tan, the bikini, the hair. They look awesome.
Yeah, presentation wise, everyone was pretty on point.
Yeah, I don't really.
I'm happy with that.
I Yeah, I probably wouldn't go pink for Maureen, to be honest, personally.
You don't like Maureen in
Um,
pink? In pink?
nah, not a big fan of the pink.
What do you like her in?
Pink, I liked. I would say with her like a darker color, like a blue, like a dark green. I don't know. Just it's a bit distracting for me in this one, in this shot.
Mm,
Maybe just a different shade of pink. You know,
mm.
I don't know. Like there, it just is very contrasting compared to her skin tone.
It's very bright. It's a very
Yeah,
bright pink, hey?
yep. These little things, like as much as the judges don't say the color is overly important, but these little things can distract you sometimes, especially if you're trying to figure out what someone's like, why they're off or why they're looking a little bit different or whether they've improved. You want to present that, you don't want to like Aimee. It's just basic red. This is my physique.
Mm.
This is my and Ashlyn's always in blue kind of thing. So
But you know what? I think that's what draws me to Maureen because she's always kind of played her own little game a little bit,
yeah,
and that's what I like about her as well.
yeah. That's the
Um,
that's where the fan girl comes from. Absolutely. Yeah. 100%.
yeah, yeah. She's always been different to me. That's why she sticks out.
Yeah.
Maybe in a good way, maybe in a bad.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. It when it hits, it hits, and she's obviously won the Olympia. So like it's
Mm,
when she's on, right? So fucking
mm.
oath. Okay, let's go to so Aimee two wins there. Um, Ashlyn in second, and then okay, so we had Evie move up. Okay, cool. So what are we on to now? We on to we did the New York Pro. Um, that photo of Tyler.
Oh,
uh,
nice. He looks so
uh,
cheerful.
should we talk about this one, Alison Testu?
Poland.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a very good photo, but we'll still go through it. I don't know any of these girls' names though. If I click on it, does it show? No.
Oh, okay. So Nadia was in this. Okay. Nadia, I've been following for so long, and she's turned pro in this season. This was her pro debut show. So she's like turned pro straight away, entered into a pro show.
This
No,
girl
no,
here?
Nadia's the one she's in the red next to Allison. She's got a
Oh,
very
yep, yep,
impressive physique, Tim. Like
yep.
super impressive. She's always wowed me. Like her shape is really ridiculous. If you go onto her Instagram, I'm not sure if it's tagged somewhere here. It starts with B. B-A, um, scroll down.
B. There's nothing in here.
Oh, there's no more comments.
No. Is that
Go
her?
like actually go down a little
Right.
bit. There'll be a post about her being like a dark horse or something. Maybe go down some more. There, pro debut, dark
Yep.
horse. So look at her profile.
There?
That yes, that.
Yeah, wow. Okay. I've seen her before. Yeah.
She is so
Let's look
impressive.
at
Like she's
this.
got such a sharp, like structured physique. It's ridiculous. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the skin texture already straight away.
Honestly, she puts on a little bit more muscle, especially in the glutes. She
Mm,
like could be Miss Olympia for sure.
yeah, wow. That's wild to have just turned pro already.
Look at that. Look at that
Mm.
shape.
See what I'm
Crazy.
saying? These Asian girls with the quads though, you know?
Yes.
That's crazy. Is this when she turned pro?
Yes.
Wow.
So impressive, hey.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the low tie-ins is also another Asian trait.
Mm.
Just the tie-in coming like halfway down your femur.
I just like when she opens up into that front pose, it's just like hands down,
Here we
who
go.
is that?
Yeah, wow. That's super impressive.
Crazy.
Super
That's like
impressive.
future Miss Olympia, right? Like she
Mm.
puts on a little bit more size. Wow.
Um, it's when you talk about traditional glutes for IFBB bikini, and then you talk about traditional midsections, this is a traditional midsection.
Mm.
Like that's like what you want to see. When you talk about good genetics for midsection, that's the type. That's like the EV midsection.
And like just her clavicle width, like her shoulders.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. Just crazy genetics.
She's quite quad dominant, hey?
Yeah, I'd say that's the thing. That's why especially with training, you know, she's going to have to find some alternative training methods to downplay the quads as she develops, because otherwise that'll become too eye-catching, you know, especially in poses like this when she's like in transitions like that. It's almost wellnessy.
It is.
And I would say, you know, especially here, like you don't want to see that in bikini. That's too. Yeah, she's got to be careful with that. But that being said, I mean, you know,
I think she's like one of my new favorites. Well, she's always been because this is the thing. I've been following her for like literally years. Like when I started bodybuilding, I started following her, and like I think she's gonna impress a lot of people in future. I think she already has, but like
absolutely.
she will continue to.
This photo does not do her justice at all. This lineup here, at all. Like that.
I don't think any of the girls look good in this photo, unfortunately.
No, I don't think we review this one. It's not very accurate. You know, other than to say that top three. To be honest, Alison to win that show, well deserved. These two girls here, this girl we just spoke about, and then this girl turned pro just this season as well. Too crazy potential. Yeah, that would have rattled the nerves a little bit, but to come away with the win there, that's a solid effort.
Yeah, I'm happy for Alison. I'm really happy for her. That was like very emotional win for her, which is great.
So let's move on to the next one.
Optimum Classic.
Optimum Classic. Okay, cool. Let's bring this up. So we had Eureka first, Bree, and then Kika. Is that how you say it? Kika? I don't think that's right. Maybe there's a little...
Maybe.
I don't know. There's no scorecard there. What's this? I haven't even seen this girl.
Kiki.
Kika. Okay. Oops. Okay. No, that's right. There we go. Back to you. Nope. This one. My bad. Okay, there we go. Okay. And then you also had a posing client in this lineup, Kareen. Yeah, Holly.
I did. Holly.
So what was the show she did before this one?
She did Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and placing?
Look, Pittsburgh is a really gnarly show to hop into for your pro debut season.
Yeah, legit, yeah.
Props to her, but she went from being in third call-outs in Pittsburgh to now placing fourth, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. What was her feedback, do you know?
Upper glute.
Yeah, okay.
A lot more upper glute. Yes.
She's got crazy shape, conditioning. This is like great conditioning, but yeah, it just needs that fullness. Like, this needs to be bubbly. The thing is, when you've got this level of development, the glute is more like a band rather than a bubble. And you need it in bikini. You need the bubbliness to it. You know, you can see these girls here, top three, bubbly look, and then the glute here is just like flat looking. So
it's very sharp, yeah.
When she builds that bubbliness to this, like, I mean, she's got a pro show winning structure. This is a crazy structure.
Her front pose is her winning shot for sure. Like, her front pose and even like her glute pop. Like, I know we can't see it in this photo, but she's got a lot of density to her glutes. It's just in that rear pose, everything just quietens down a little bit. And it's just a game of development from there.
Yeah, if you see her even compared to this girl here in sixth with some crazy projection, I mean, she's obviously a little bit too lean, but the projection on this glute in comparison to Holly here, she still beats her based on her structure and her front pose. You know, this girl's, you can see how much room there is. There's so much room to build a projection onto this glute before it overpowers the upper body. So she just literally just needs to do like a glute dominant, like just train glutes only. And just do a little bit yeah. Because if she does that, and if you just stuck on a big round bubbly glute to that, she's going to push for first here. You know.
Well, actually, okay, so from her Pittsburgh feedback as well, which was some feedback that I was kind of surprised with. I don't know what they saw, because obviously I haven't seen Holly in person, right? She's based in Florida. But they said she needed more shoulder.
Okay. Do we have photos of
Right?
that? Let's go to a page. Hang on. How do I?
I, like, kind of honestly didn't fully, I wasn't on board with more shoulder.
Let's see.
I was
Let's see
actually kind
her.
of like being wary of her shoulders.
Let's see her. Oh, that's when she used to do FMG. There we
Yeah.
go.
Oh, I
Um,
WBFF back in the
oh,
day.
WFF. Yep. So is this Pittsburgh here?
Yes.
Let's see. Definitely
Right?
more. I mean, I see it. I see it. I see it now. Yeah, yeah. It's just sharp. It needs to be rounder. Yeah.
Like fuller.
Yeah,
So it's
fuller.
not
Just
so much
just
like it's not so much like more shoulder.
yeah, it's
It's
not
just
shoulder. It just needs to be fuller. Like so her because of her wide clavicles, you can see the end of her bone. And you don't want to see bone or like sharpness in the physique. You want that
mm,
you just want a little bit fuller so that you can cap that edge off so it's not like a square, you know? It needs to kind of be
mm.
like it needs to look like a shoulder pad rather than the top of a rectangle, you know. Yeah, I think she just needs it. It looks like she filled up. Looks like she got fuller. So,
Keeps fuller,
and
yeah.
she obviously did for this show. Like you can see it here. Yeah, it looks fuller. She's shredded though. Still, she's still got. There's plenty of room to fill still. That's crazy. Look at that.
Yeah, I know. I
That
know.
is wild. That is crazy condition. There's plenty of room to fill up still.
I agree.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's impressive. Yeah, awesome. Good on you, Holly. Um, where are we at? So back down to here. Okay. So we'll go through. So we had Eureka. I don't follow any of these girls. I'm not too aware of the top three. Do you know any of these?
Yeah, so I kind of had my money on Eureka. I think
Yep.
she's just always done pretty well consistently. So when I saw that she was in the show, I was like, yeah, she's probably gonna take it out.
Yeah.
Um, I did see some people were rooting for Brie as a second.
Yep.
A lot of people are rooting for Brie to come in for it, but I think just look at that front pose, like them two next to each other. I think
Mm.
Brie just is quite developed, but in the wrong areas,
Mm.
perhaps.
Yeah, she's got the same thing as Holly there with the shoulders, where it's just a bit sharp.
Yeah,
It's not round. Like look at Eureka there with the roundness to the delts. You know, just it doesn't. You don't look at it and go, oh, that's a sharp conditioned shoulder. It's just round. So I'd say if she could round off her shoulders a little bit more, it would kind
and
of balance out the
look how
lower.
dense her quads are.
Yeah, I know. That's yeah.
Very
It looks like
dense.
it looks like a figure quad there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do like her shape though. I do like her shape. I think just literally just pop on a little bit more pieces to it and she'll
yeah,
be awesome. She'll
agreed.
be really good. Rear pose is
And
great.
yeah, there's that nice roundness to it. I think it's just a bit square as well. Like it needs to be like I don't know whether that's a tie-in thing. Like maybe she needs to do more RDLs or something. It just kind of like cuts off really high, but that's obviously genetics too. So, but like it'd be so easy to get this like where it needs to be. You just need to slap some more muscle on.
Mm,
But yeah, crazy impressive. Look at that rear pose.
mm,
Wow.
mm. Eureka's really good.
Yeah.
She's been to the Olympia a couple times now, I believe.
And who is this? This is I've never heard of her either. Kiki. Kiki.
I haven't heard of Kiki before. Oh, she competed in Miami as well. Is that a video up the top? Can we watch the video?
This one?
Yeah. Or is it just a photo?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
she's got one of those like physiques where it's dangerous. You know what I mean? Like it's not maybe not as genetically gifted, but it's still very bikini.
She's definitely built around like what her structure is.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Yeah, just needs more size in the glutes there.
Wow, she's super
Look at
like
that.
sharp, hey.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
That's insane. Aw. She looks really good.
I like seeing that where she's supporting someone there. You know.
Yeah, I know,
Um,
yeah. She looks cute. She looks like a cool girl.
all right, so we should move on to. Do you want to talk about anyone else here?
That's about it.
Yeah, we can move on to what have we got here? Bikini Pro. So we got Ashlyn, sorry, in first. So she came up from second at Pittsburgh, was it? Yeah.
Yes.
And then I wonder why she didn't do New York. Do you know?
I don't know.
Anyway, I guess you can't be everywhere. Ashlyn, Alice in second, Fit Jess, and then we'll talk about the top the fourth, fifth, sixth after. So Ashlyn looks like she's posing better. Still has the hair covering there. She did that at
I
the Olympia
love
too.
Ashlyn's posing here.
Yeah,
Such a
same.
big step up from her last show in the
Yep,
season.
agreed. Yeah, and opening up as well.
Yes.
Man, this glute though, holy wow.
Alice is so impressive. I've been keeping an eye on her. She's awesome. I really like her look as well. It's different.
Mm,
She her posing's different, her presentation's different. Like she stands out, you know, she's someone that you like want to watch.
yeah. But yeah, a well-deserved win with Ashlyn there is like pretty clear win there in the front pose, and then obviously the rear pose is just a little bit more balanced.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like the front pose is actually a little bit comparable. Go back to that front pose.
This one,
Yeah, they've got pretty similar foundations for the most part. I
yeah,
think Ashlyn just has a little bit more overwhelming, like with the glutes.
yeah, it's just glutes, yeah, absolutely, yeah,
But like both of their front poses are really on point. I think Ashlyn
yeah,
takes the rear pose though, for sure.
yeah, yeah. Um, who is this again?
So Fit with Jess, I've seen
Oh,
her.
Jess, yeah.
So she actually won Best Poser back in Wasatch, I think.
Hmm.
She's really awesome. She's very mesmerizing on stage. She's got like a really nice look as well. She's always like very on point with her presentation. I do like her shape a lot. I think front pose just a little bit more muscle in the right areas, to be honest.
That rear pose though, it's just so balanced. It's awesome.
It's really good, hey.
I love it. I love the curls. I love the width. The waist is tiny. It's just well built, well put together, great condition. I mean, it could be a bit fuller, I reckon, still. But yeah, it's just very impressive here. I'd say, yeah, that's yeah. I mean, the front pose on Alice is far too dominant there, but the rear pose is definitely close between these two.
I agree.
I think she
And
needs
then
to.
you have sorry, continue.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think she needs to do something with these quads here. It's like taking my eyes away from, or just needs to make sure the legs are equal stance or something. Maybe it's
Yeah,
just the
I
photo
agree.
and the hair
But then you
too.
have Ali in fourth.
Oh yeah, so we have
Yeah.
Romina, and China.
So Ali, we mentioned in one of those other shows. I said she's going to come up again in one of these shows because I knew in Miami she did really well. And like I'm such a fan, man. She looks awesome. She looks so good.
Yeah, that pose is just yeah. She's like a mini Aimee as well. It's like a mini everyone.
Yes, yes,
She's like mini.
exactly.
She's like Aimee and Laura Lee had a baby.
Yeah, big
They're-
time.
It's like squished together. Like there's very much Aimee-esque shoulders, midsection similar. And the rear pose is kind of Aimee-esque as well.
I 100% agree. I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
like her shape.
The lighting on this stage is very strange, though. Uh,
I think there's just a lot going on in general. Like this
yeah,
background kind of scared me a little
it's
bit.
like the typical Miami Vice, like pink, like the neon colors and everything.
Yeah. If you saw those Gilco videos, like the saturation was all the way up, like these girls were glistening. I was like, oh my God, there's so much going on.
Um, yeah, okay. What do you think? How do you think these girls placed? Like, yeah, like, you happy with those placings?
I think so. Yes. Remind me of what number fifth her name is.
It is Ramina, Ramina in China.
That's right. So Ramina has done a lot in her career.
She's not posing properly there. She's in between poses.
This is the thing. Ramina's been in the game for a very long time.
Yep.
And I think this is how it rolls. You got to keep up. But
Yeah.
she's very consistent. But like consistent in the way where you need to keep like leveling up because these
Yeah.
girls coming in like very crazy.
Consistent but not improving.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Just needs more size. She's got the structure, the bellies are there, the shape, everything's great. Just needs more density and size. Condition's awesome. You know, like maybe a little bit too lean through the shoulders there, but I mean that comes with size, right? Fullness and size. Awesome shape. And then China, same sort of thing. Just needs the density in the glutes. All of these girls. I mean, top six at any pro show is going to be crazy shape and structure. You know, it's not like we're talking about amateurs. You know, top 10 amateurs. It's like these are all crazy potential if they just get the balance right. So yeah, awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's move on to. So there's two to go. Oh no, there's one to go. So this is the latest one. So this was IFBB Pro Korea. Did we want to cover this one?
We can cover that one
Is that it? Is
if
that
you
the
want to.
last one?
Yeah, I think that's the most
Yeah.
recent one.
Yeah. Okay. What's coming up too? Do we know what's coming up? I have to look at the calendar.
What is coming up? What is coming up? Good question. I'm actually not sure. There's just been so much, like so many
There's
shows recently. I feel like
there's
it's week after week after
yeah
week, bro. Like I've been freaking these live streams. I'm just like paying all my money to it,
yeah
staying up till like 2 a.m. setting my alarms. Like we got Junior USA's coming up this weekend. So I got a girl in that's really dangerous to go pro. And then I'm sure there's going to be some pro show this weekend as well.
Is that Gonzalez chick or is that she's a pro, right?
Jess, no, so Jess isn't a pro yet. This
Oh
is
really?
Jess's first season.
No way. Is that the Gonzalez
How
girl?
crazy! Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Um.
is honestly like insane. Like her structure and her like skin and her density. Like I'm such a fan of her.
So we're at I'll share this tab. So we're at where are we? May. So we've had Miami, we've had Optimum, we've had Korea. We'll talk about that now, and then we've got Everest Muscle. Oh no, have we had Poland yet? Yeah, we've had
Was
Poland.
that? Yeah, that was the recent one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was with Allison.
Oh,
Yep.
Legion. That's what's coming up.
Legion. Yep.
Yes.
Legion, DC. Man, there's three that weekend, and then it starts the European
The
shows
Euro
start.
circuit.
Portugal. Yeah, okay. So we've got a couple coming up next weekend. Excellent.
Oh, and then it's like it jumps into like Texas and Tampa. No, is Tampa, I
Not
believe.
until August, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, there's
Yeah, or July, August. Then yeah, Texas
wait,
Pro,
go.
Tampa,
What's in June? Let's go to the tail end of June.
Toronto, Indy.
Republic of Texas Pro. What's that? Oh, it's just.
Masters.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, okay. Exciting.
Masters Olympia in August as well.
You know, we got a lot of Aussies going there.
Yeah, I know.
That'd be awesome. That'd be really cool.
Okay, let's go through this quickly. And we were both a little confused with this with this rear pose. But this is a situation where we obviously just look at we judge the pictures fairly when we agree, and then when we don't agree, it's got to be just different in the pictures than from the judges' table. Because like this to me is clear. Like this girl is fuller. She's got more balance. Not as small in the waist, but we know the judges in Korea and China and stuff like that love the small waist, so that could be it. Could just be presentation based. But even in this front pose, like there's a bit of an imbalance in the lower body, so it's hard to say. But like it's you have to look at it for a while to see why the places were put that way, rather than it just being obvious straight away. So maybe they were close and they just had preference, like three judges to 4 or something. What do you think about the front pose?
Look, all of these girls straight off the bat are very small.
Yeah.
They're all very small girls. So I think probably it was a battle of structure. I think the most Olympia looking girl to me, just based off density, is number 2. Based off density.
Yeah. So.
But possibly structure wise, that's where a little bit of question can come into it.
Yeah, agreed. And like straight off the bat, you're like, how does she not win that pose? But then you can see the structure of this girl and the way she's standing. It's just more balanced there, less blocky through the waist. Same in the front here. It's like definitely looks more developed, but too much quads in my opinion in that pose.
And that's the thing. Like, there's only so much we can say off of photos. Like maybe. In person, something to do with the posing, something to do, I don't know. Well, we can't say. To me, I don't know, personally speaking, I like second place.
Yep. It would make most sense to me. But I can also make an argument for second place here. First place. Yeah. But yeah, either way, I don't think these girls would, place as high in these American shows. So it's hard they're being judged against themselves, not against American pros. So you're going to have a different bias on stage. When you've got structures only, when you've got underdeveloped physiques and structures, you're going to judge off that, not development. So this girl she's the odd one out, really,
That's true. That is true. All of their tans could be a lot better. Yeah. Second place actually looks good in the tan, and sixth place as well. Yep. But these girls are very light.
Yep. Oh, cool. Did we want to go through anyone's Gilco bids?
If you wish. I do want to give a shout out to my wellness girl. I know this is the bikini, where we chat about bikini here, but Winter, my girl, coming in. So she got 7th in Pittsburgh. She got 4th in New York, and 5th in New York, 4th or 5th, and then 3rd in Miami.
Yep. Awesome.
It's pretty mad.
What's the plan now?
She's like, this is the thing. She was like, oh, maybe I'll just do Pittsburgh. And then after Pittsburgh, she was like, oh, maybe I'll just do New York after this. And then after New York, she's like, oh, Miami will be my last one. So I'm sure, I'm sure there'll be another one. She's just, living her life for the moment, but might continue the season from here on. We don't know.
That's awesome. She looks great. So full. I love when you see someone who's max full and just has that, hasn't held back on the posing and just is polished. It's what it's all about,
She's literally built for wellness. It's ridiculous. When you look at someone and you're just like, that's their category. That's like, if you
Yeah,
had to slap a physique in wellness, it'd be like winter. Like, look at
it's
her
like
damn legs.
you could tell before she built muscle that she's wellness, like structure.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, yeah. I think that's the key. Is like you don't want to be built for bikini and then try to build a wellness physique on top of that. It's just going to take you 40 years to do it. You've got to have those limb lengths and like the shorter torso, and like it just is. You just have a wellness structure, and then you see these girls, generally shorter too, just fit into it very, very easily, and it's sort of like there's nowhere else for them to go. It's just built for them.
Yeah, I agree. Big time.
Cool. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed us wrapping that up, and obviously, if you can't see it, you at least enjoyed the soothing sounds of our vocal cords as they vibrate.
Hopefully, we described it well.
Yeah, yeah. But we're also like looking for like topics to cover and different conversations to have, like guests to have on. So if you guys are listening, and anyone that's listening, sorry, who has like some topics that you want us to cover, just message us. We might even put like a question box up in the week or something like that. And we always want to figure out ways to best help and interesting topics to cover. We had a lot of feedback on that last one about the reverse phase, so we might do something similar about the off season specifically. Just different things, like just pick a topic and talk about it. But yeah, we're interested to hear from you guys, because that's ultimately the reason we do this. So other than to just catch up and talk shit, right?
That's a bonus.
So yeah, please reach out if you have anything that you want us to talk about. I always get messages here and there, you guys should talk about this, and we end up doing it, and it's interesting. So yeah, but yeah, we appreciate you all. Thanks for following. Thanks for staying tuned in, and we will see you all in the next one.
Bye.